Welcome to the Docs with Disabilities module on how to request accommodations in medical school. In this module, you will gain knowledge about the ADA and your rights, learn how to find and contact a medical school disability professional, how to request accommodations for the interview process, the process of determining reasonable accommodations in medical school, and how to procure accommodations after acceptance. Let's discuss what to do prior to applying to medical school. You will want to locate the student disability information on the school website. If it is not easily found, search Disability Office or Accommodations and the program name. If you have any questions about your accommodations, contact the disability resource professional or the person responsible for student accommodations. Review the technical standards to ensure you are able to perform them throughout your undergraduate education. This may be found on the registrar's webpage or within the School of Medicine information page. Search for technical standards and the program name. If you have concerns about your ability to meet the technical standards, reach out to the disability resource professional. Gather all of your accommodation paperwork from kindergarten through grade 12, undergraduate and graduate school, and any prior testing accommodations. Some examples include IEP or 504 plans, SAT, ACT, or MCAT letters of accommodation, prior neuropsychological or psychoeducational testing, and prior letters of accommodation. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, prohibits discrimination based on disability. Some schools have one ADA office that handles both student and employee accommodations. If the institution does not have this information listed on the website, you can contact the disability resource professional, learning specialist, or academic advisor in an academic support office. In all cases, the ADA requires an interactive process between the student and the identified members of the school to determine appropriate accommodations. Under the ADA, accommodations are private and protected by the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA. Only faculty or staff that need to implement accommodations will know about your accommodations, but they will not know the reason you need them. Accommodations do not show up on your transcript and are not reported to residency programs or to medical licensing boards. Some examples of need to know may be when a staff member needs to schedule exam accommodations, set up communication access needs, or provide large print handouts. In these examples, this means your specific accommodation is known, but your disability is protected and not made public. While programs strive to protect privacy and limit disclosure of disability-related information, they cannot guarantee anonymity. Accommodations for the interview process. Before the interview, if you require accommodations of any type for the application or interview process, it is best to contact the disability office or identified disability resource professional. This person will work with you and campus partners, such as the assistive technology support staff or transportation, to establish accommodations for your interview. Your diagnosis will remain private and only shared with those that need to know. Once admitted to medical school. Basic information. Once admitted to medical school, schedule an appointment with the disability resource professional after matriculation, or at least 1 month prior to orientation. It may take up to 4 to 6 weeks to complete the accommodation process depending on the size of the program and staffing. Discuss the platform the school uses to affiliate with the disability office. Some schools use accommodation management systems, while others use in-house methods to distribute accommodation letters. Ask questions about assistive technology, communication access, transportation, or other accommodation needs. Create a profile using the accommodation system or provided platform. Fill out the application and upload documentation. Student responsibilities. As a student, it is your responsibility to disclose to the disability office and request accommodations. Colleges and universities have specific procedures for notifying them of your disability, which can typically be found on the school's website using terms like student with disabilities or accommodations. Documentation requirements. Your program will request documentation based on your diagnosis. Common documentation forms may include, but are not limited to, medical documentation, psychological documentation, learning disability documentation, or ADHD documentation. Sometimes these types of documentation may be a comprehensive report based on assessments or a letter from a practitioner. The student disability website should have information on what specific documentation you will need to provide. Common accommodations. Accommodations cover a variety of needs. Here is a list of some accommodations commonly provided in medical school. Accommodations can be for the pre-clinical curriculum, clinical curriculum, and testing. Closing the loop. As you get closer to the start of your academic year, check back in with your disability resource professional to ensure all accommodation needs are in place. This video is a product of the Docs with Disabilities Initiative's Access in Medicine program in partnership with the University of Michigan Center for Disability Health and Wellness. The contents of this video were developed under a grant from the National Institute on Disability, Independent Living, and Rehabilitation Research. NIDLR Grant Number 90RTHF0005. NIDLR is a center within the Administration for Community Living, Department of Health and Human Services. The contents of this video do not necessarily represent the policy of NIDLR, Administration for Community Living, or Health and Human Services, and you should not assume endorsement by the federal government. This video is a product of the Docs with Disabilities Initiative and their Access in Medicine program. For additional resources and information about the Docs with Disabilities Initiative, please visit the Docs with Disabilities Initiative website or follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn.